Hey everyone, Paul Daniels here again. It's a little bit later than midnight this time. Tonight it's 1:30 in the morning, and I've got to write myself a little program that will convert from SMSs, the SMS database for an iPhone, into a text format for a customer. So I can do this using SQL in SQLite and just dump it down to a CSV or some other text format. But I actually want to write a little program because I'll find it more versatile in the future for when I want to do other little things to it that maybe aren't quite so easy in SQLite directly. So I'm just going to try and write it on the fly. Hopefully we don't make too many mistakes and go through a million different revisions. Because it's so late, I'll just try and do something really quick and simple, and then I'll probably do more enhancements tomorrow. Right, sorry, I just had to get the last of my blueberry raspberry smoothie down the hatch. Alright, let's get going. First thing we're going to need is the headers, of course. Oops. Yep. So I can't even write properly at the moment. This is all going to be written just in standard C, if there is such a thing, but you know what I mean. Right, 3H. Might do for now. Oh, you could probably see I've already got my SQL statements already worked out for what I want. So at least that should stop us getting a bit confused. And let's see. I'll kind of write these a little bit backwards, I suppose, but well, you'll get used to it. Yeah, I know, it's a fixed length string, causes me buffer overflow errors, yada yada. Believe me, I just want to get this done. And I know the attitude's how we end up with so many buggy pieces of software. Let's just return code. Let's see, do we want to do parameters? We'll do parameters. Okay. Oops. Told you it was late. Let's see, we're going to need input file. We'll make that global for now. Global input file. I know I'm not the most efficient VI user in the world, but a lot of it's all bad habits. Lots and lots of bad habits. Let's see. Now, hopefully I'm actually doing this SQL stuff right. Let's see if we get an error. What are we going to do if we get an error? I know a lot of people use P error, but I've gotten into the habit of using standard error. What's the SQLite code? 3 message, I think. Should we comment? Of course we should comment. some reason, because I'm doing this on video, I'm feeling surprisingly crippled by the bottom of the screen. I guess most of the time also I'm used to working on code that's already fully done, several thousand lines long, etc. So I don't really feel like I've hit the bottom, but yeah, anyway. Trying to think now. I suppose we'll compose our SQL code. And this is why we won't have a buffer overflow. Instead we'll just end up with junk query instead. I'm going to cut paste that from above. Which one to use? I think I'll take this one, but I'm not going to modify the is from me thing. So yank that line, dump it, pull it up. Now this date section here, my 10 hours is just for where I am. So handle ID and right is from me. And let's see, the message handler group by. We're not doing the group by at the moment. That was something I was experimenting with and it wasn't working out how I was wanting, which is what made me move over to doing this in C. Like I said, I'm stronger in my C than I am in my SQL by a major factor. It's just something about functional languages. I mean, I know you can debate that. I mean, SQL isn't strictly speaking fully functional, whatever, but it's the functional language style as opposed to the procedurals of C. Alright. That should hopefully do it. And then we're going to need to execute it. So return code equals write3 execute the database. Is it a callback? No, it's a SQL callback. We've got to write the callback yet, so I have to go back up and our error message. No, what? Jeez, I really shouldn't be writing code at this time of the night. It's almost as bad as drunk coding. Almost. If we don't get okay, then we chuck a fit. For these sort of things, I just should be using the autocomplete, like Control P and whatnot. And I think if that's all good, we're going to like 3 quotes. No, close DB. And now we start cleaning up the trash. So much double spacing here. Give me a break. It lets me. Alright, now we need our. Yeah, what are we going to do first? We'll do our callback first, because the callback always tends to send me into a bit of a spin. I've actually got another window open off to the side which will let me, so I can remember what my callback structure is like. It's just showing me the function details. Sorry I can't show it to you. I just don't feel like changing my screen over. Start again, callback. If anyone else has ever done SQLite, you'll probably recognize the names of those parameters, probably dragged out of some fundamental tutorial years ago. This is an empty string thing that I do. I don't know. You'd think after 30 years of programming in C I'd know better, but nope, I don't. I just can't work out what I'm doing there. Date code, that's for the this thing here. I wonder if that's going to come out formatted or not. That's going to be interesting. Alright, what else do I need? Date code, handle ID. The handle ID is the ID of the person instigating the message in this case, so we could probably call that something like user phone or something like that, but I'm just going to leave handle ID for the moment. Let's see, what do we go? Is from me. What am I doing? These need to be pointers. Everything that comes out of SQLite is text strings. It's from me. Message text. And well, I think that's everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all we're doing. Yep. Okay. Now with these callbacks, basically all the fields are sent through into the callback as parameters, and so we now just pick them off to our variables up here. It's a really probably a hack job way of doing it, but such is life. Date code equals, and we're going to test this. So for empty strings, yep, that should do it. Yank the line. How many do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I should learn to do a quicker return to the front of this. Okay, I want oops. 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Alright. How's that for a horrible way of doing these things? Ah, the joy of C. Everything that you shouldn't be doing. Let's see. Just trying to think now. Well, I guess I'll just dump this to standard out for now. Good old standard out. Nice and easy. Date. These are all strings. I'll probably format that to like a certain size later. Let's see. That's the handle ID. Right. I'm definitely tired because I'm not even taking advantage of the what do you call it? The autocomplete when I should be. Okay. Ooh, I just realized something. If I'm going to be demonstrating this to you tonight, I probably should modify this handle ID and message text. Otherwise, you're gonna, when I run this, you're gonna see everything that person has there. So yeah, I can't have that. I'll obfuscate the data just so you can see it run. First, let's see. Alright, I think that's the callback done. What else we got to do? Pass the parameters. Oh man. Who needs parameters? Nobody. Pass parameters. Now again, I know I could use something like glib, which has got its own nice little parameter parsing thingamajig. But because I write my code to be portable fairly much everywhere, and I also write it under the BSD revised and the MIT license, I just prefer not to get tangled up into the intricacies of the whole limited GPL, all that sort of stuff. It's just easy for me to hack this out. And alright, so if the first character of the parameter is a hyphen, that's a good start. Then we switch, and I should error check to make sure there actually is a character there in case someone's decided to just put in a single hyphen. But like I said, I just want this kind of get going now. Case I alright, let's see if I gotta set my global thing. So there you go, do some error checking for you. Except I need to jump to the next one. Go to the next parameter. Less than or equal to. No, it has to be. That's it. Equals. Right. Else, have a bath about it. You stupid user, you didn't give me enough parameters. Yeah, it's really generic for now. And exit. Why do I use exit there and then turn up there? I should put exit in the other one too. Set break. We've got no other parameters for the moment, but I am going to need some later for setting the various output formats. Default. I really don't even need a break there. I'm just doing it for pure. I know how badly that's going to break everything. Haha. Alright. That'll do, I think. Yep. And just so I don't get lost in things, I like to do this. Yeah, I need to return there. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've got to fusicate everything. Oh, look at all this extra text I've got to write, all this code I've got to write, just so that you guys don't get to see my customs information. Maybe I should use ROT13, but then I know one of you guys will go along and decode it just to annoy me. I mean, yeah, ROT13, oh, so hard. Let's see, the handle ID, that's going to be the phone number, so I'll just crop that after 4 characters. But I'll also test the length of it, because if I do this as guaranteed, yeah, this is really going to be slow code. Stringlen handle ID. What? Greater than 4, then and let's message text. Wonder if another way I can do this is, let's just make a bit of block code. We'll do two things here. String is less than it's greater than 20 characters. Then message text 19. Okay, so truncate that and milestone. Trying to think how it is. I think like if I make every pardon me, I'll make every second letter some character like X, P. Kind of have to do a double test in here. Stuff here equals X B plus if stuff here. Yeah, I'm going to word this out so you guys know what I'm doing. So break, and then do that again. The reason why I got to do this is because I can't just do B plus 2 because I may skip over the terminating 0, which would be a complete disaster if I did that. What's the bit? We're going to end up with some while loop here by accident. Anyway, alright, and I better close that code block. I like these code blocks now. It's an easy way of putting in some junk things for testing, debugging, whatever. Debugging. Alright. Let's see. That's okay. Well, will this crash? Let's have a look. Let's jump to new. See if we can compile it. That's always a good start. Just, the number of times I've actually left it like that and completely wiped out my code. It's really annoying doing that. I don't recommend it. I think that should work. What? My brain's definitely not with it. Here we go. Oh no, stringline. Oh no. Let's see. Okay, so we need string H. Should forget that. And what have we got here? 118. Yep, obviously I've done something nice and juicy there. Alright, string H. What's it complaining about? Oh dear, obviously I've not closed a bracket somewhere. Yeah, like someone about that. It's if someone didn't do their for loop. Okay, you're the if and you're the for loop. Let's try it out. Oh, well, look at that, eh? I always love this about C compiling. You get all this noise coming out. It makes you freak out if you're not really used to it. I'm thinking there's a million problems in your code, but there isn't. Alright, right. You're just gonna have to give me 2 seconds here. I really need to test this before I show it on screen. I will not be forgiven otherwise. So actually development, get iMessage text. Not that I'm worried about it crashing, I just don't want you seeing the messages. Yeah. Well, I've noticed one thing straight away. It just worked, by the way. But I'm going to change this to a full stop. And I think I'll try a jump at 3. And as for the phone numbers, change it to 5, 4. Let's build it. Okay, I think we can actually add 2 more numbers. Build. Alright, well, anyway, as I said, this is actually working, so now I can show you after all this. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, we built it. Now we can dump this. So here we go. Message input file, sms.db. Now remember, this is a SMS database that came out of an iPhone, one I recovered. I need to dump the data out of it into a text format because the person just wants it on record. And anyway, so I'm going to hit this enter, and you can watch it all dump out really quickly, because that's the nice thing about this sort of code is it runs fast. So yeah, you totally saw all that, didn't you? Yeah. There's probably some bad words in there. There might be. I don't know. Yeah, you get the idea. It works if I remove those. If I remove, where did I put that? Yeah, if I remove these bits here, it will give me the full data I want. Now, one thing I do want to do is this here. I want to change to actually say things like sent or received. So it's actually quite easy to do that. This is one thing I really love in C. These inline evaluations. So you can sort of go is from me, and it's like sent, and if it's 0, you can go received. Let's try that. Build it. Yeah. Did that really work? What did I do wrong there? I understand. It's a string, so the first character, if it's equal to 1, right? That's what I want. And just to make it a little clearer that we were evaluating that parenthesize it. Yeah, that had me confused for a second. And I've still got the same. What? What's going on here? Ah, late night stuff. You will. That fault is something. Actually, I'm surprised the compiler didn't pick that up. Normally, the compiler would actually tell you that you're assigning a value rather than evaluating a value. So, for equating a value. So that was actually interesting because I always run with what do you call it? W-all. So yeah, now it's working. There you go. Send receive, send receive. So that's great. Yeah, there's a lot of things I can do with this. I can format it how I want. The date and the numbers and all that. That probably should be fine. What I'm trying to do eventually is actually piece together conversations, so I can trace the whole conversation in separate blocks and separate chunks of text rather than just simply a raw dump. So anyway, the good thing is it works, so that's what I really wanted. I will upload this without the obfuscation code to my GitHub account, and yeah, you can all fiddle around with it if you want. Alright, well, that's enough for me. It's 2 o'clock, so I've been going for half an hour. Yeah, I just need to dump this out, put it on a USB stick, and I'm done for tonight. I really shouldn't be coding at this time. It is not too dissimilar to coding drunk. So the only reason I did this is because it was dead set simple, and like I said, I just need to get it done. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.